Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to be working on the paddle battle tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock. I just got home half an hour ago. Want to work on the control panel, and then we'll possibly buff out the plexiglass for the screen. Now this control panel is very, very simple. You just have these two guys that come up like this, and you have a spinner. One here and one here. Player one, player two. Now these are all dented up and they're riveted in with a special rivet. Now I'm going to pop these out, and I'll probably just put a little like a round-headed bolt or something, or I'll find something to replace them with, because I want to take these off because I really want to clean this stainless steel. I want to buff it out, and I want to try to get the dents as much as I can out of these two. And it's going to be awful hard to do if I leave it together like that. And, you know, I don't really care about the rivets that much. I'll find something to put in there. So I need to grind them off. I need to get this potentiometer out of here, which is kind of screwed in there. Screwed up pretty bad in there. Somebody tightened the shit out of it. But once these parts are done, we can pretty much get that game wired up, put the board in it, and get it hooked up and finished. So here's like a bunch of stuff that was on there. Just gonna kind of, for now, just stick all that on there. Like this. All right, need to grind those rivets off from the back side. Grab my air hose here. Got my little grinder. Almost makes me wonder if I can tap them out. I don't know. Probably doubtful. Could drill them out. Maybe that's the way to go. I think I'm going to drill them rather than grinding them, because of course that's going to leak it. Why wouldn't it? Because if I grind them, I'm going to thin out that metal. That's probably not a smart idea. Of course, I don't know where the key is for the drill press. I usually put it back. Oh, here it is. Shop's a mess again. Better put my glasses on. My luck, metal will fling in my eye if I don't. Okay, the control panel is in really, really good shape. I'm just going to run it on the buffer and see if we can't shine it up. Two little rivets stuck in there. Okay, they both came out. Sweet. So that is ready to get polished. Let's see if we can knock some of the dents out of these. So we got a pretty good one right there. This is really thin aluminum. Very, very light. These are all smashed in from getting the potentiometers literally just cranked into the side of them. Dumbasses. They probably had some sort of a round washer or something inside originally. So let's see if we can get that ding out there a little bit. Trying to think what would be a good thing to use. Probably an extension like this. Just like that. So all that's left is a little nick in the aluminum. So other than that being smashed in a little bit, this one looks pretty damn good. Oh boy, almost fell off my stool. Oh man. That'd have been funny. I don't know why I find amusement in hurting myself. Yeah, probably not much I'm gonna be able to do with that. Maybe we'll put a nice washer on the outside or something. But that looks good on the top. This one has one on the edges, which is might be a little bit harder. I can see why it dents because this stuff is so thin. Definitely getting better. We can always sand this a little bit too. We don't have a ton of material to work with. Looking a little better. Definitely a shitty spot. We'll see about sanding that now, but we definitely have it in better shape. I'm going to set up my buffer, and we're going to do that stainless piece first and see what it looks like. All right, let's see if we can make this look better. There's a little bit of rust on it and dumb stuff. We're going to try this green rouge. See how this works on the stainless. Turn it on. Definitely improving. What sucks with this stuff is the lint from the buffing wheel gets all over you. It just makes you itch. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this. I'll put it in high speed and we'll see what this looks like here in a little bit. All right, let's wipe these two parts down and see what they look like. If you noticed, this thing kept flinging out of my hand. The buffer ran up my shirt. It's because I didn't have it clamped down, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't hurt. It's just more of a pain in the ass. So you don't want to ruin your part you're working on. I could easily edit stuff like that out, but I'd rather not because, hey, shit happens. So look at the difference here on these. This ring you don't see, it goes underneath. But look at that versus that. Huge difference. So that's why I wanted to take it apart, because I knew I can make it look like that. And this has grain in it, and it's supposed to have grain in it. I don't want to wet sand it out because it's not how it's supposed to look. So look at that, guys. And then you figure this guy's in there. How badass does that look? So I'm gonna see if I can't sand some of this smooth. I'm gonna go with some 400 grit and see if I can't massage these out a little bit more. If you look, they're a little ripply and stuff. So let's see if we can't smooth them out. Okay, it feels better. I'm gonna go polish this and then I'll come back. It's getting dark out. You're not gonna be able to see what I'm doing anyways. I gotta wipe it down still, but look at that, guys. A lot better. Maybe a little bit right here, but I'm fine with that. I could definitely work on it more and get it better, but I don't want to thin out the metal too much. So we're gonna leave it like that. So what a difference. Look at that. What a freaking difference. All right, so now I'm gonna go grab the marquee or the screen bezel, and we're gonna see about what kind of shape that's in. How do you like my black streak? Like I said before, I could edit out. This one didn't fall out of my hands at all, but this one did twice. I could edit that stuff out of the video and nobody would ever know I did it. But if I do that, it's not real. Okay, these videos are supposed to be real. This is me, real time, working on these parts in reality. This is really what happens, guys. You ever remember that movie Tommy Boy when they were in the plant and the bank was with them and they were going into the new back part when where they were making the brake, where they were going to make the brake pads, and Tommy had just come back from college, and the guy was deburring burrs off of oil filters, and Tommy's like, "Can I try one?" And he stuck it on there and it went flinging and it went out the window. It happens. It really does happen. I mean, that was a little far-fetched, but in reality, that stuff really happens. And I like showing that stuff. I like showing that I'm a human and shit happens to me. I could edit videos and make them all look perfect. I can have perfect sound, 4K quality, and I could be wearing nice clothes, not dirty, but that's not me. This is me, everyday life, and that's it. You guys get what you get. That's how I'm able to make videos a lot faster than most people, because other than high speed, dumb, boring stuff like sanding and buffing and stuff like that, other than that, this is me. What comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. I don't edit what comes out of my mouth. Do I say things wrong? Yes, definitely. But whatever, if I say something wrong, correct me. That's fine. I'd rather be corrected and, you know, say and learn something than to always pretend like I know everything, because I don't know freaking a third of the things I wish I knew. But anyways, I'm gonna go grab the front plexi and we'll see what that looks like. I don't even know how good a shape that's in or not. Okay, so this says player 1 and player 2 on it. Can't really see it in the light, but it does say it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to buff the backside first and then the front. I'm not going to wet sand it. I'm a little worried about the back because there's obviously a painted edge with the silver border. So I'm going to use my handheld buffer, I think, so that I can control it better. We're just going to clean this thing up. So we want to do the back side first. So I'm going to go grab my little buffer. And we'll see if we can't get this looking a little better than what it does. Okay, so we're going to use a little black foam pad. And we're going to use this stuff made by, it's FARECLA G360, super fast compound. I use this for cars. Buy it on Amazon. It's expensive though. It's about $60 to $80 a quart. And my tip is dirty. And that's quite a bit. Perfect. Oh, that's gonna be a mess. Humidity is really high still. Now, I'm not really buffing on the area that's painted that much. I don't know if that's paint or what. You could sort of feel it. But I'm just trying to get the viewing area to look good on the back side. Front side, we want to buff the whole thing. It's already looking a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this like I did the backside. Look at all the scratches and stuff in it. We're gonna see if we can make that look a little better. All right, it actually looks a million times better. It's a little streaky. It's really humid out, and it's hard to wipe it down. We'll use a little Novus one, I think it is. It one, whatever one the spray one is. We'll use that when we go to put it in. I'm glad I did this tonight because this is off-centered too. The painting is thicker on this side than this side. I was thinking about mounting that monitor tonight. If I would have done that, I would have had to move it because it would have been wrong. If you look here now, you can see how one side is over more than the other. All right, so I'm gonna end this video. That actually looks really good. It really does. Wait until you see it in the game, it'll look a million times better. But I'm very happy with how these parts turned out tonight. This is part 4. And the next part will be hopefully finishing this thing up. That would be nice to be done with it. We'll see what happens. Oh, the third power supply. I made a short video on the power supplies. The third one's for this game right here, Space Encounters. So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night. We'll probably be messing with the Spy Hunter again. We will probably be starting to assemble. Let me show you something real quick. I washed the harnesses with Simple Green on Sunday, and I hung them up in here to dry. I want to make sure that they are completely dry before I put them back in. Make sure that there is no water in any of the connectors or anything. So these have been hanging all day Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So they're good and dry. So let me know what you guys think about my polishing and trying to throw parts across the yard like a football. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. We'll change out those bolts on Spy Hunter. We'll probably get the board mounted in there. Probably not permanently, but we'll get the power supply permanently mounted in there. We'll get the cheap squeak board. One of the capacitors have to come off the board. Jeffrey sent me a message this morning saying to remove one of the capacitors, one of those 3 that I put on, because it shortens the life of some chip. It overheats it or something like that. So I will show you guys that when I do that. And I got to do it to my own personal one as well. So I got to make sure to do that. So thanks for watching, guys. This is part 4 of Paddle Battle, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.